Hello and welcome to the Atlus commentary for Tears to Tiara 2. We are here on the behest of John Harden to tell you guys a little more about the game. Here I have Sam, who translated the game. I'm Mike, and I have here Elwood.
Hello. Hello.
Right, and with that, we'll get started. So, while this is loading, let me tell you guys a little bit about Tears to Tiara's history. It's owned by Aquaplus. They do own the IP in Japan, and there is the first game, but it was never released here in the States. The second game is a standalone one, so you don't actually need to know anything about the first game. But for those of you who are curious about it, there was an anime that was released for this title. I think you can pretty much watch it on Hulu Plus if you guys were interested. There's a little bit of references and nods to people who are familiar with the first game, but again, this is totally standalone. You won't really need to worry too much about that. Let's see here. So Sam here is in the beginning, in a mid-level, or was this mid-chapter?
This is the second chapter.
Second chapter. So it's a ways in. So a number of characters are out that we can showcase to you. And the game was also developed by Sting, so you know they've done a lot of strategy RPGs, and it's pretty solid. And here you can see Sam showing off all the characters. Again, they're all unique. They all have their own abilities. And here's the map. They're all unique. All the different stages, layouts which you come to expect.
And with each battle, you can deploy a certain amount of units. It'll change with each battle that you progress through.
Yep. And
the different leaders. And each leader has a different skill attached to the character.
And since we're on this screen, let me point out some of the unique things that are set for tiers. So I don't know if you guys can see in the top left corner, there's a chain stock. This is actually, think of it as a super meter for strategy RPGs. Every time you get hit or deal damage, you'll build up this meter, and you can use it for many different things in combat. For instance, you can boost magic. I don't know if you can show that here, Sam.
Right now.
Not right now?
It's actually going battle.
Yeah, like just go in battle? Okay. You can use it for boost magic, which Sam will show later on. Or use it for unique joint attacks, as well as consecutive normal attacks. So you'll be using this quite often in the game. So let's get started. Let's get started. Yep.
覚醒について覚醒を行うには覚醒ゲージを満タンに貯める必要があります。ゲージ
On
は
that note,
戦
there
闘
are
中のさま
a
ざ
few
まな行動
unique
によって変わって
abilities
い
as
き
well
ま
for
す。
certain characters.
神野が
This one in
覚
particular
醒
is
を使
talking
用
about
すると
the main
一
character's
定時間
awakening
だけ
ability.
強力な
Think
メ
of
ル
it
カ
as
ルトへと変身します。
saying going. I don't know if we can say that. Edit that out, John, if we don't need it.
ただし強力なメルカルトに変身するには暴走というリスクも伴いますので注意してください。
But yeah, this one in particular increases all of his stats. And in this particular battle, he's really, really strong. I don't know if you can see the blue arrows. Like, his stats are really, really high.
Also, with this skill, there's also a chance of him going berserk and attacking player units. You can't fear it.
Good. God knows. They normally don't fall in one hit.
I mean,
but
he
this
is awakened.
Yeah, this is a story sequence as well, so yeah, that one just fell down like paper. I think that is next one too.
This tart is actually in favorites.
Yeah. Before you attack, let's talk a little bit about it. So this game has elemental affinities for both characters, enemies, and the spells they use, as well as a weather mechanic called favorite element cycle. So as you can see, Tart in the top left corner, just underneath where it says normal, that has the astral icon. That is astral, right guys?
Yes.
Okay. And Sam just chose an astral ability, and on top of that, the astral state in the bottom right is favored. So this should deal like a ton of damage.
You can see that it does extra damage by looking at the element advantage in the middle of the screen.
Oh, I knew that.
It's a very
So it does change every turn, right?
every turn it
So-
rotates.
Every turn it will rotate. So I don't know if you guys can see it in the bottom right hand of the screen. So there's an inner circle and an outer circle. So the inner circle will switch between like astral. Does anyone chime in?
Dark.
Dark and holy.
Okay, and then for the outside one, it's
It's
what?
usual elements like fire, wind, water, and earth.
Okay, great.
And you can also tell that one is in favored state because all their stats are boosted. As you can see here, the blue arrow. She is also boosted because she is earth.
And just as a note for you guys, I believe you can turn off the audio. I'm not sure how John is actually going to deliver this to you guys, but you can also use this as the B-roll footage as well. And that is where the screenshots that you guys need. Can we talk about the elephants? Yeah.
He's boosted too.
Oh, she?
She, yes, you're right. Although her name is Noah.
Heads up for the elephant. It actually has two parts, or is it? Can you target the quadriga?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
two
So
separate.
so two separate parts. The elephant, which is also an attack unit. Tart, who actually can actually ride it. Maybe Sam can show us later. But for now, the quadriga is actually used as your mobile base in combat. So you can actually use this to return units and deploy units, redeploy units for a particular battle.
You just can't do. If you pick someone up, you can't redeploy them in the same turn.
Yeah, one word of caution though is that the quadriga can be damaged by enemy units, and if it's destroyed, you won't be able to switch out any party members. And all party members who are in reserve will be considered dead for that battle.
So if you are looking for S ranks, then you will not be able to get the S rank if your quadriga is destroyed.
And as you guys can see, battle takes place in phases. So there's always a player phase and then an enemy phase. And once those two phases end, it'll become the next turn. And, another particular thing that we can probably talk about here is unique to tiers. You can actually rewind to previous turns. As how far back as?
20 turns.
20 turns. So you can go back as many times as you want to undo plays. But just a heads up, if you perform the same exact sequence of actions, you'll get the same results in terms of like dodges or attacks.
Yeah, the percentages won't change.
Yeah, they won't change unless you do something different. You know, like you buff here and then you go attack.
Or
if you
attack from a different angle, that
Yeah.
will change the percentage.
yeah.
But if you follow the same sequence, then it's still not going to change anything, even
Yeah.
if you do different actions.
So yeah, it's a little more convenient for users. I mean, the only penalty is the amount of time you spend playing the game, so it's pretty balanced. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Do we have any chain stocks built?
Not yet.
So again, all characters have a very unique set of moves. Like, I don't know, can you tell me a little more about Monomachus?
Monomachus is a spear wielder, so his attacks actually go two grids and two squares.
And then we do have our ranged attackers, right?
Yes.
And then all unique abilities specific to those weapons.
Yes. And we also, later in the game, we will be able to unlock character-specific abilities. And they do deal a lot of damage at the cost of a lot of MP as well as chain stop. Let's see if she can ride elephants.
Oh. That's right.
力強き
Riding,
ものよ その背を
riding
かす
animals
が
in
よ
this game is unique to characters as well as specific animals. So, Tart here she's the only one who can ride the elephant, right? Or can Karis ride it?
Karis can also, once she unlocks it.
Okay.
So if you're in the quadriga, you will be regaining HP only in the beginning, and then you'll be able to unlock the SP again later. So
You upgrade.
So Woodcutter. She is a fire type, so if I could, I would like to use the water to do the extra damage.
Chain range. That was
She's
just
not, so I will wait. But Dion happens to be water types, so I can just go here. Just prepare her. And do extra damage.
Oh, and in this particular stage, the objective is to destroy certain key components of this bridge. So a lot of missions will be different. Maybe you can tell us a little more variety since we know more about that. I would.
Yeah, a lot of the battles require you to defeat certain enemies, destroy certain obstacles, and also like obtain.
Oh, when you level up, people have this tendency to think that your HP gets like a full recovery per level, but in this game, it is a skill teacher. Oh no, so that's because after 2 turns of awakening, you enter a fatigue.
And so you won't be able to.
見えた移動について覚醒コマンドを使用したリターン後には必ず移動の状態となります。
Throughout the game, it'll slowly introduce you to new mechanics, particularly battle. In this particular one that we've shown you guys, it introduced the awakening state, which is that super form, and it has a 2-turn limit. And once it happens, this particular character enters that fatigue state where he'll take massive damage.
Will not be able to do any damage.
So that's something to keep in mind. So, you know, high risk, high reward. So definitely want to...
Fortunately, it only lasts for one turn.
Oh, it's only one turn?
Yeah.
But that's enough to potentially kill him.
Yes, especially if he's the leader.
So let's run away.
What?
But, well, as you can see, I have my back facing the enemy, and that is always bad in strategic RPGs.
So you can't change your direction after
You can't in this game.
Oh, okay.
I'm using square and triangle buttons.
Gotcha.
So you want to face towards the archer so you can take the least amount of possible damage.
And there's a lot of helpful the menu legend at the bottom, so there's definitely a lot of tools and stuff.
As you can see, Dion has 1 chainstock built, so let's put that to use. We're gonna go behind this soldier. And since he is not at advantage against this guy, he has 2 attacks.
Oh, or you kill him. or you just
I
miss that
missed
timing. So yeah, there was a button press that Sam needed to hit in order to use that additional consecutive strike to use up that chain stock.
Rhythm games, this is
But that's okay, you can save that up for another enemy. And as you guys saw, I think we might have debugged this one, don't worry about that, but as you level up, you'll actually unlock additional chain stocks, and there are some abilities that use 2 or more, right guys?
Yeah. Up
those-
to 4.
Oh, wow.
So,
4 is the maximum.
as you level up, you're gonna start out with more chain stock in the beginning of the battle as well. Oh no, he attacked with the spear, so we can't oh no, 20 damage.
Yeah, ranged characters are able to counterattack physical attacks.
Can range counter range?
No, they
No,
can't.
oh, okay. So only melee and melee can count that time. Pretty much covers the majority of the battle stuff that we wanted to talk about. Can you see if you can? So, we'll just have Sam play through and try to complete this stage. While that's going on, talk a little bit about Aquaplus's developers. Yeah. So again, Sting worked alongside Aquaplus for this game. So Sting did all the development, but Aquaplus is actually known for their visual novels in Japan. So just so you guys know, there's a hefty amount of text in this game. The story is one of the stronger points, and everything is fully voiced in Japanese. And it also has a lot of options typical to visual novels. So you'll be able to. Can you actually show those settings?
What settings?
For the text stuff? Oh, cool. So, I mean, you won't be able to see it until we get into an actual cutscene, but you can change the text speed.
You can also toggle
the autoplay.
And like also the character voices can be toggled on and off.
Yes.
Individual characters.
Yeah, so, you know, if someone there's a lot of question marks because we're not that far in the story, but, you know, if there's a particular character voice that, you know, just grates on you, or
can turn that one off.
You can tone that one off, yeah. And they are fully voiced in Japanese, so...
There's the battle stuff too. If you're more comfortable using reverse orientation, which is the default for this game, actually, or the regular orientation, then you can switch those. You can turn the H bar, or HP bars on and off if you want footage, or the grid as well. And if the game feels a little slow, which it might after playing the same, trying to get through the same stage.
It's great for you people going through the game. It's probably better we switch that back though for footage, in case you guys want to use this. Oh, right. The other things for the visual novel stuff aside, in addition to the text speed, there's also a backlog. You know, always helpful, especially with the text things. Anything else you guys want to add? That pretty much covers it. Yeah. So
let's try doing the chain attack.
Also,
consecutive strikes. 2 attacks.
And you can right? If you have more.
Yeah, you can do up to 5 attacks or 4 additional attacks.
Alright. And with that, we'll just continue playing.
Of course, if you're in for more of the visual novel aspect of the game, then you could turn down the difficulty for the game.
Oh yeah, there's 3 different settings for the...
Bridges destroyed?
Yes! あと1つだ!
That was a rocket punch.
Oh, right. You can tell a little bit more about the story. So, the game is sort of an expansion of the first Tears of Tiara, where Tears of Tiara 1 had built the unique world. Tears of Tiara 2 expands on that, but it's heavily influenced by not medieval Europe, but more ancient Europe? Ancient Rome. So there's a lot of liberties taken, but there's a lot of historical figures that this is based off of. So, for instance, the main character, Hamel, is actually a historical figure, a historical general in, like, I want to say the Phoenician War? Punic Wars, I think that's what it was called. So, there's definitely a lot of references to that. If you guys are interested in the whole, where the source was taken from. So, you know, a lot of Phoenician gods, locations, and this is, you know, not Earth, with, you know, not the Mediterranean Sea, but, you know, totally is.
Even the world map is very reminiscent of the world.
All the terms too are taken too, you know, like the ancient word for Carthage, like Carthage, you know, Hispania, like all the areas, like Gaul, like this. Geography-wise, it's all for this not Earth.
Historical figure-wise, I wouldn't necessarily say this.
Oh really? Oh no, you got Monomakis and Hamilcar and the gods Ishtar and But again, a lot of liberties were taken, so it's not really started yet.
Yeah, it's basically a mishmash.
Ancient history, fairies, elves, dragons, mythology.
Do you want to talk about ZOC? ZOC? Zone Control.
Oh, zone of control? Yeah, sure, if you can show it. Yeah.
Why I attacked this guy with the elephant system is because without defeating this Dion would not be able to get past him.
Sorry, zone of control is an area or space where... Does it apply to both your units and enemy units?
Yes.
Where they cannot pass through. So it's sort of like a wall barrier.
Yeah, they're effectively blocking.
So it's good when you need to guard your rear units, your squishy rear units. And the same is true for enemy placement as well.
Everyone has different units, so I could have put in the front lines.
Oh, you know what? Can you also show the objectives for this particular map?
We are trying to destroy. Oh, not the middle ones. These stone pillars. Keystones. At either end of the bridge. We already destroyed this one earlier, and that's why this bridge fell.
Oh, sorry, no, I meant the actual screen.
Oh, the objectives.
Yeah, objectives. Alright, so this is what I wanted to get at. So, for every stage there is the victory conditions that's mentioned at the top, but there are also bonuses at the bottom, and normally these are, I don't know, would you say a little more difficult?
A little more difficult.
Some quite difficult?
Like, especially for this one, defeating Isabel is pretty challenging at this point in the game.
Actually, since we do have the rewind option, we can also
a lot of the bonus required to either defeat a certain character or gain alternative chests from the map.
I think those two are the most common ones. Finishes that you may choose to use.
Was that items?
It's something that you'll probably have to do.
What is that?
Fairy healing. It's the leader skill.
Oh, it's a leader skill? And if you guys didn't catch that the first time around, when you select a lead unit for a battle, it'll activate their own unique leader skill. Are they all passives?
Most of them. Actually,
Okay.
Also, if you notice, there are certain you can actually do experience for attacking this one. Similarly, the treasure chest in order to obtain the weapon right inside. However, if it's inadvertently damaged by an enemy unit, the treasure chest will be lost.
Oh, right. Yeah, so can you show that again? So there's a chain stock icon that appears where?
Oh,
Down the bottom right side, guys.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chain
So
stock boost.
what chain stock boost does is, again, it expends one chain stock meter for particular. Is it all skills or particular skills?
Particular
Particular skills?
All magic spells.
Gotcha. So it actually affects different things depending on the spell, whether it be an increased range, an increased area of effect, or increased damage or spell effect itself.
In this case, we're going to increase the damage. Next to it. Oh, since we couldn't show it earlier, you can attack for enemies. And ranged attacks can't attack in space adjacent to them. And this is.
If you get a game over, can you still rewind?
Yes, you can.
For a second.
We'll move camera along as it goes. And we're just gonna pass this turn because we're gonna want to rewind. Waste your time. Ooh, hurry up.
He's probably a grunt. Isabel's probably gonna. Yeah.
Oh, he's still alive.
Well, he wasn't.
That's true.
I'm sure if he was fatigued, yeah. Well, with that, you can rewind now, right? At any point.
At any point, but so keeping Hamill alive was one of the objectives. And since you said we get a game over, but if you think you have a chance of going back a couple turns, you can see what it's gonna be like. So since Hamill's far away, we'll let him run this time instead of facing Isabel.
Yeah, so that's the majority of the combat stuff, right?
Yeah, I think we covered all the aspects.
Cool. So I guess let's play for another couple more minutes. And we'll continue, we'll come back with part 2, which is the story stuff, in another video.
objective for this round was to destroy the keystones. Let's do this The stage clear for each main battle, you will be getting a score screen. We got an S rank, yay!
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty good. All right.